Very good morning, dear students. Today I am going to start my lecture for grade 11th and chapter is Silk Road. So before starting it, I need to introduce you about the writer of this chapter. It is written by Nick Middleton and this chapter is about the narrator's journey from slopes of Ravu to Mount Kailash to complete the Kora or climb in an awkward way, and Drogba meets Shepherd. So here, as the protagonist was heading towards Mount Kailash to complete the Kora in the morning, he witnessed a beautiful half moon in the blue sky. The clouds looked like French bread, which glowed pink because of the sun, which spread a splash of rays on the mountain tops. It looked like a rose tinted blush. Ravu and Lamu wanted to give him a farewell gift. One evening, when the protagonist passed a message to Lamu through Daniel, she gave him a long sleeved sheepskin coat, which is meant for men. Seaton looked at him attentively, which he climbed into his car. He declared yes and said Drogba to him, which means Kora in the region of Tibet. They took a shortcut to cut off of the Shangtang. His driver knew the short route which took them to the southwest towards Mount Kailash. They had to pass high mountain passes. Seaton told him that they can reach the destination only if there is no snow and they can't know that until they'll reach there. Here we have some different words. Gazelle means an African or Asian mammal with large eyes that moves quickly and hooves. Nibbling means take a small bite from. Arid means having little or no rain. Pastures means land covered with grass. Frown means to disapprove of something. Bounding means jump, hope or bounce. Wild ass means an animal who have ears shorter than a horse. Herd means a large group of animal. Galloping means progressing in an uncontrollable manner. En masse means in a group. Maneuvers means military exercises. Plumes means trails. And below means filled with air. The road was filled with open plains in Ravu where gazelles were eating grass from the land which had little rain and disapproved while hopping back in the void. As they moved forward, a large group of wild asses appeared. Seaton told him that they were approaching the wild asses long before they appeared there. Seaton pointed out a huge pile of dust which he called yang in his local language. When they drew nearer to the destination, they could see a large group of animals progressing in a fast and uncontrollable manner, like they were doing military exercises, trails of dust filled with air. Here we have some different words. Wilderness means wasteland, solitary means private, flocks means a group of birds, evasive means slippery, wearing means to change direction suddenly, shaggy means bushy. As they moved past the rocky area, they came across private koras nurturing their group of birds. Both men and women stared at their car and some also waved at them. As they moved closer to the animals, the sheep would take a slippery path and would suddenly move into another direction away from the car. They witnessed nomads' tents, which were dark in complete isolation, and a big black Tibetan dog standing as their guard. They fixed their gaze on the approaching car and ran behind it as a bullet fired from a gun. Here we have a different words. Swerve means change direction suddenly. Ferocious means cruel or violent. Mastiffs means a dog who is strong breed with dropping ears, saggy ears. Glinting means sparkle. Meanders means to follow a winding course of a river or road. Those bushy creatures were blacker than the normal black color, who were wearing a bright red collar, and they barked angrily at them with big jaws. Those dogs were fearless and were running towards the car, causing Seaton to apply brakes and change direction suddenly. The dogs ran after them for 100 meters more and then stopped to watch them go away. These Tibetan Mastiffs became popular in China's royal courts as hunting dogs. They were brought along the Silk Route as tribute in ancient times from Tibet. As they passed the area with bushy Tibetan dogs, they started witnessing snow capped mountains. They entered the valley, which was covered with wide river covered with ice, which was white and shiny in the sun. The track was moving along the river bank as they gained height, and the valley was closing in towards them. Here we have some different words. First is daubed. Daubed means spread a thick sticky substance on a surface carelessly. Lichen means a slow glowing plant which grows on walls. Clung means hold tightly into something. Swath means a long strip of land. Petered out means to diminish gradually and stop. And crusted means decorated with hard surface layer. Slither means to move smoothly over a surface. So the driver was driving in third gear while the turns were sharper and the ride got bumpier. Then they moved away from the road which ran along the icy river. It had sharp slopes and big rocks coated with thick sticky orange lichen. Below the rocks were chunks of snow. The protagonist felt a pressure on his ears. He held his nose and snorted in order to clear them. A sharp turn came again and Seaton stopped the car and jumped out from his seat. David too did the same. He exclaimed snow in his excitement. A long track of snow was in front of them, which was about 15 meters long before it diminished and the normal dirty track appeared again. The snow was on both sides of them and it was difficult to move the vehicle in that direction or condition. The protagonist joined Daniel as Seaton tried to move smoothly over the snowy surface by stamping his foot on the surface. The protagonist saw his wristwatch. They were 5,210 meters above the sea level. Here we have some different words. Fling means throw and lurching means listening. The snow was deep beneath its icy top surface. Daniel said that if they turned their car over, they could slip off. Seaton grabbed dirt and threw it across the frozen surface. They pitched in and held Seaton until the snow with soil appeared and it loaded the tension of Seaton. He drove back the car and slowly drove to the more comfortable side of the road. After 10 minutes, Seaton stopped again as another obstacle came in front of them. They drove around the snowy track, which was steep and filled with rocks. He further drove from the hardpin bend, moving on the higher side where the snow was still there. Here we have some different words. Throb means pulsate. Ascent means climb on an upward slope. Cairn of rocks means the pile of stone on the top of the mountain, especially where someone is buried. Festoon means decorated. So here the protagonist checked his watch again while he was climbing the mountain in the bright sunlight. They move up to 5,400 meters height and his head began to pulsate again. He had a few sips of water from his bottle which helped him to climb the slope. They reached at 5,515 meters and a large pile of stone was decorated with white silk scarves and some dirty prayer flags. So at that time, they took a turn round the stone in a clockwise direction as the tradition and the driver checked the tires of his vehicle. He stopped at the petrol tank and unscrewed its top, which made a loud hiss noise as the pressure was making the fuel expand. The driver told him maybe it is dangerous, but told him not to smoke around there. So here I'm ending my PPT, my recording. So we'll meet you in the next. Thank you. Have a nice day, you all.